This is not talked about enough for me, but today we're gonna give it its flowers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here, and today we are doing a dedicated fragrance review. Yes, dedicated review. I know y'all love these. We're talking about from the house of Nishane. The fragrance we're talking about is not one that's considered one of the most popular ones, one of the ones we always see. This is one that is rather slept on in my opinion, and I am talking about the fragrance Vain and Naïve from Nishane, you all. As always, when it comes to dedicated fragrance reviews, I rate fragrances by 4 categories. The first category is mood, and that is literally, when do I see myself wearing this fragrance, what time of year, what type of event, what is it giving, what is the vibe. Second is strength, and that is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, ooh, it's water in a pretty bottle because it don't smell like nothing, to 10 being it's a nuclear juice type of fragrance. This is eternal, everlasting. I'm gonna have to bathe to get it off. Third category is longevity, and that is how many hours long lasting can I continue to smell this fragrance on me, my body, my clothing, all the above there. Then the fourth and final category, which is very important for a lot of people, is this a compliment getting fragrance? Yes or no? We talk about it there. So moving forward, we have a lipstick of the day. This is MAC Red Rock because I'm feeling kind of bronzy. We're getting into that summer vibe. Hello, Memorial Day is coming. MAC Red Rock is your lipstick of the day. It's a neon kind of orangey red situation. It'll be linked below as always. Next up, fragrance of the day. Keeping with the vibe of heading into summer, this is a summer staple and I'm starting to see it trend more. This is from the house of Tiziana Terenzi and this is Cassiopeia. Yes, Cassiopeia. I already have a dedicated review of this fragrance up on the channel. It'll be linked up top as always, so you can check that out in your own leisure. So moving forward, y'all, let's get into Vain and Naïve. I mean, the name already is everything. Let's talk about it. So let's get into it, you all. This is what it comes in. This is the box, typical Nishane packaging. All of them look like books if you look by the side. It's really nice and it has the name on it, all the information. It is a 50 ml. In fact, this fragrance only comes in a 50 ml. So let's get into some more information on the fragrance. This one is relatively, it's not old, but it's not new. It's like right there in the sweet spot. This fragrance was released in 2018. Yes, 2018. So I'm like, okay. Give or take, what, 5 years-ish, somewhere in there, 5-6 years, so not bad. Again, this only comes in a 50 ml size, which is interesting because some fragrances I know they do 100 mils. Like I know with Ani, there is a 100 ml size of it, and with some of the newer releases they've done. But this one only comes, like I say, in a 50 ml. The fragrance retails for $235. I will add that yes, you can find this one for a discount, and I will link you some discount links. Y'all know this. We love a deal here, but this is a niche fragrance. Another thing that's also not talked about is the fact that Nishane releases their fragrance in collections, and in this case, Nishane's Vain and Naïve is a part of the Imaginative collection, which I never knew that. There's one other fragrance in this collection, and that fragrance is B612, which I have seen that one lean more so masculine. All of the men seem to love that one. I have yet to see a woman talk about their fragrance, so that lets me know that the B612 fragrance was geared towards the men, and then Vain and Naïve was geared towards the ladies. Back to Vain and Naïve though. So Vain and Naïve is considered to be a balsamic, floral, and sweet fragrance. This is officially from Nishane. That's what it's supposed to give. Let's get into the notes. So we have top notes of bergamot and orange. Then we have heart notes of rose, jasmine, cedarwood, plum, raspberry, and then we have base notes of sandalwood, amber, patchouli, benzoin. What else do we have? Tonka bean and musk. So off top, this is a very fruity fragrance. And for me, I remember the note that stood out to me about this one was plum. I am a plum note lover. Elves, y'all know this, that have been rocking with me for years at this point. If it has a plum note, I gotta at least smell it. I do. And to be fair, this fragrance is not one that was a, ooh, let me just up and find this one. I actually first talked about this fragrance back in February of 2022 when I did a fragrances I'm currently sampling video, and it was featuring nothing but Nishane fragrances. I had ordered a bunch of samples. If you all recall the video, I will link it up top. And Vain and Naïve was one of the fragrances that I decided to order. Initially, I went into that order thinking I just want to smell Ani and of course 100 Solid Ways, because those were the main two everybody was always talking about. But y'all know me, I like to order a bunch of scents, some that are hyped, some that aren't hyped whenever I do sampling videos, because that's how you really find a gem in my opinion. Else, let me know, how do you do your sampling hauls? Do you just buy the hype scents, or Or do you also buy those unexpected scents that ain't nobody talking about, and sometimes those end up being a better scent? Let me know in the comments below. So that's when I first discovered Vain and Naïve for my own nose, and I was moved by it to the point that that following month I hauled it in my March 2022 haul. So I've had this fragrance over a year at this point, a year and 2 months, because it's May 2023 when I'm filming this video. So yeah, and most importantly, here's the bottle. Vain and Naïve looks like the standard Nishane bottle. One thing about Nishane's bottles, they're heavy. They are absolutely heavy, and you feel the money, you feel the quality. It's definitely niche. That is for sure. It's definitely niche. So we've talked about the notes. We know how we do things. We've talked about the other information. Now let's get into how it smells and the rating system, because that's what y'all watch for. As always, we have our handy test strip right here, and I'm going to spray a little bit on the paper. Now, historically with Nishane fragrances, they are very potent. Oh, and by the way, the concentration of Vain and Naïve is extrait de parfum, which it is right there on the bottle. But just in case somebody might be new, their fragrances are extrait de parfums, which means there's the highest concentration of perfume oils without it being a straight up parfum. One thing about Nishane, you get your money's worth for the scents and the oils and all that. So all right, let me tell y'all what this is giving. For me, the plum note is what sticks out most importantly. It is absolutely a plum scent. You get that raspberry, and to me, you get a lot of sugar. So this is absolutely a sugary, fruity fragrance. That is what this is. I mean, the name is Vain and Naïve, so I have to give them credit. Just the fact that this has a Naïve in the name, that you know it's going to be more of a youthful type of scent, a more playful type of scent, and absolutely that is what I get. For sure. So mood of this fragrance, this is a year-round scent. Absolutely year-round. This is really young and fun. I could even say this being like a flirty day date, or maybe it's like the first time you're going on a date with someone when you kind of like, I want something that's kind of cute, but I don't want to wear anything that's like really, really heavy niche, that's like super complex. This would be a safe option in my opinion. So this is, yeah, a year-round scent, because I can definitely see myself, and I have worn it in all 4 seasons, so I love it. I gotta admit though, I'm a little biased to fall, because fall is when it really shined a little bit more, and I'm putting that more so on the woodiness and that plum note, but you can wear it any time of year. Now let's talk about strength, you all. Strength on a scale of 1 to 10. Now usually Nishane fragrances are powerhouses. They really are, and they're very consistent. This one is actually on the lighter end for Nishane, but it still has prominence. So the number I'm gonna give it is a 6. This is a 6 because it has that sugary, fruity vibe. So it's not the loudest scent, but you definitely smell it for sure. It's not one you gotta look for, but in comparison to, I think about it, other Nishane fragrances, this one is lighter. Now, longevity. How many hours long lasting is this fragrance? This is where Nishane is still Nishane. I still get a full day's worth out of this fragrance, 7 to 8 hours before I need to refresh it, spray it, that type of thing. So even with it being fun, sugary, flirty, it still lasts all day. So I have to give it its credit, 7 to 8 hours on the longevity. Last category. Is this a compliment getting fragrance? Y'all, let me tell you something. Yes. Yes. And in fact, I have noticed in particular, I get more compliments from men when I wear Vain and Naïve than anything. This is a man magnet in my opinion. And it's again that fruits. It's the fruits, it's that sugar. I've said it once, I've said it again. Men love sweet fragrances. They do. They love sweet fragrances. And this one fits the bill. Yes, it's niche. This is very much so a niche fragrance that still could technically be mass appealing in my opinion. But it's not one that, oh, people gonna immediately know what you're wearing, so that's why I like it too. So I definitely put this in at easy reach. I know it's gonna get a comment. I know somebody's gonna mention it. Whenever I wear this fragrance, literally somebody stops me and says, ooh, what are you wearing? I need to know what that is. Whether they're a person that's into fragrance, whether I know them or not, family, friends, randoms, it doesn't matter. This thing gets noticed. That's been my experience with it. So for me, this actually makes my travel list type of a fragrance, because I know if I'm going into a, say, couples dinner, group situation, and I know I want to make sure I smell good, I'm gonna reach for it. So Vain and Naïve is absolutely a compliment getter. And on that note, I'm gonna round this review out by saying this one is so slept on. I can't say that enough. It is so slept on. Don't get me wrong, I know when it comes to the fruity sweet vibe, I know the one that normally gets the most attention, and I love her too. It is this one, 100 Silent Ways, which I already have a full dedicated review of this fragrance up on the channel as well, so definitely check that out. Don't get me wrong, we love us some 100 Silent Ways. This is the one everybody always talks about. I get it, but maybe it's the bottles because they look similar, but y'all, please give Vain and Naïve a shot. At least sample it like I did, because truthfully, had I not sampled it, I would have never known to get it, wouldn't have been checking for it. But let me tell you, it's just sweet and fruity. If that's your type of scent, family, this is right up your alley. I enjoy this scent. I'm glad I bought the full bottle. As you all, like I said, this was not a blind buy. Sample first, and I also recommend you sample first because Nishane can be a lot for folks. It's a lot. They don't come to play. They don't. But this one I think is good for its entry level. If you're new to it, but you're trying to step your niche game up and you want something fruity, fun, that's not too out there, I think Vain and Naïve is a wonderful option. So definitely check this fragrance out. I enjoy it. I love it. And again, I think it's slept on. So Els, have you smelled Vain and Naïve? Let me know in the comments below. But absolutely, I think you should check this one out going into summer, and definitely, like I say, my favorite season is fall, but it's full year round. So as always, if you're digging me, subscribe to the channel. If you're here for the content, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not here for any of this, I guess you don't like no good smelling fragrances. But until next time, Els, I will catch you on the next video. Bye, y'all.